Q1. Sorry, full quality. Oh, yeah, I was going to do that. Oh, lovely stuff. What are you doing, lol face? What are you done? Oh, for fuck's sake. Have you gone live yet? It's not working. Oh, great. Yeah, hold on.
That's the wrong mic. Microphone Q91. Hey, it works!
It works, it works.
It is alive! Oh dear. Well, anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fair Play Racing League. Tonight, on a Friday, we have the Tier 2 race at Miami. It's round 5. It's the last race of the main league of the week. And I am your host for this evening, David Lolface, joined tonight in the comms box by
Monkey Boy Kurt tonight. How are we doing, everyone? Hopefully we're going to be in for a great quali and race to come. Full quali tonight. This week we've got more than 15 drivers in at Tier 2, so that's a bonus.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing 3 sessions of this. But yeah, David, it's going to definitely be a good one around Miami. Obviously, new track for this game, and a lot of the drivers here probably this is the first time they're racing it. So yeah, I think we're going to be in for a good one. I'm expecting to see a couple of drivers up there. I've had a look at the TTs, and I think I would be expecting, a couple of these drivers in my book definitely to be up for pole position.
Yep. And on that note, a lot of familiar names tonight. We've got, I believe, just one new name tonight, if I'm not correct, and that is this man here tonight, filling in the Aston Martin, is Ashi X18622. I'm just going to call him Charlie, I believe. That is actually his name. I'm not just.
That's actually his name, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, Ashi. So.
I think his last name is Ash something, so that's why the name is like it is. But yeah,
yeah, that makes sense. So, well, it looks like one guy streaked to the front, a bit eager to start his lap, and that is this man here in the AlphaTauri. It's Lewis Yorkie.
Yeah, Yorkie, I think down here is going to benefit. Actually, I know that he's one of these full traction frauds.
No comment.
And and I know around this track especially, it's very difficult to get around the whole lap, especially on a quick quality lap like this without spinning it. So, and to be honest, full traction seems to be very overpowered this season, as we've seen through the races so far. So I'll expect to see him near the front. Obviously, we'll wait and see. But yeah, not a bad start to the lap on his first run. And Stiffmeister is already out.
Yeah, he's binned it through Sector 1. Expect to see quite a few guys. There he is on the left-hand side. We caught him just as Silver Side Boy went through. Yeah, it's a tricky sector for all the drivers, to be honest, but expect to see a few mistakes there, potentially from all the drivers not running full traction as of yet. We've yet to have a lap. It looks like Yorkie's about to finish his first attempt, so he's coming around the back, the last couple of corners here. Hugs it to the line, and that's your first lap of the day. 28.3.
That is a fantastic lap for Q1 by Tier 2. I remember yesterday, you know, in Q1 some of them were struggling to get near the mid 28s, and that's Borley also gone out. So everyone else now, just get your time in and get in the pits, and you're through to Q2.
Yeah. Interesting. I can't quite believe where Borley managed to bin that. It was a very weird place. So going under the bridge, and he looks like he's just parked at the inside of the corner where you go round to the left. It's definitely a weird one.
Yeah, like you say, definitely a bit weird one to crash out there. You wouldn't be carrying much speed through there. You have to really brake to slow speed to get through that little chicane. But yeah, he's out obviously, and like I've already said, you know, everyone's just got to get a time in now, come in the pits, and they can retire and get through to Q2.
Yeah, I say they don't even need a fast time; they just need a time. So open invitation to all. I'm sure people won't want to be plodding around doing a 7-minute lap, but for all intents and purposes, you might as well.
Might be actually going to change what I just said about getting a lap in and coming in and being free, because Lemon is asking for an invite. So
Ooh.
if he's going to join, that means that one other person can go out here. So if anyone retires now before he gets in the lobby, they might live to regret it.
Yeah, for definite.
There you go, he's joined.
Well, there you go. His car's not popped up yet. We'll wait for it as he'll get through the loading screens, no doubt. We're following midfield Maestro now. He's coming around the last couple of corners, and he goes P4 for 128.9, just about 6.5 tenths off the man in pole at the moment. That is Phenom with a 28.28. 28.28.
Yeah, no, good luck for Phenom. I have to say that the guy behind him is really improved in the last couple of weeks. It's Tiddlywink. Obviously, winner last time out in Imola, got his first FPRL win, and seems to be going in the early stages of this qualifying very strong again, sitting in second place, just above his teammate Yorkie, 19 thousandths to be precise in front of him. But yeah, looks like he's either found some pace or got a new setup or something. But he seems to be going a lot quicker than we're used to seeing him go.
Yeah, for definite. Of course, on the back of his maiden win last week in Imola, I'm sure he'll be looking to show us all that it just wasn't a one-off, a bit of a fluke, but he's doing pretty well to being on his way to doing exactly that. So, and there you have it. I believe that was Lemming jumping in his car.
Yeah, and just to we might be having the other guy joining us before the end of Q1. I think Shadow's now wanting an invite, so
yeah,
might be 19 for this Q1.
Well, isn't that a turnout for a books? Just as well, no one has, no one's retired early. Oh, midfield Maestro has, but I don't know. He's looking fairly safe. I wouldn't say he's the safest of any drivers. Let's follow Crossgrey through the final corner. Doing a 29.1. Not bad from the Williams man.
Here we go. Shadow has joined as well. Lemon's asking in the chat in Discord, can he take part? Yep, you should be able to, and he's figured it out. He's on track, so he can.
I say he's already on a outlap. So I mean, we could have said no, but it would have been too late anyway. Right, let's get just my tablet out, just getting myself ready for later on in qualifying. Let's see.
Pole for pole.
Yeah. Forgot to do it on, actually it was last night. I forgot to do
shocking, David. You know you're the only one that does it.
Yeah. No one else has quite figured it out yet.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was on here once trying to do it, and I couldn't figure it out. But so I'll just leave that job to you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Valente just almost had a spin.
He's just invalidated just before going under the bridge, and that is no bueno.
Now, looks like Pines. He's known for it. Has also crashed out, so he's done in 15th at the moment with a 28.4. So that's 3 people out now. So it's still going to be at this rate just the one place now left to go out, as Lemon now starts his lap as being one of the drivers that obviously hasn't set a lap yet. But yeah, see what he can do. He's coming around now towards the end of Sector 1.
Yeah, navigating his way around there pretty well. He's this left-hander here of turn 5, I believe it is definitely one of the trickiest on the calendar. Certainly on the racetrack. Don't know about the calendar, but yeah, it's very easy to go a little bit wide just before you turn in fully for the corner, and yeah, a lot of good drivers have definitely lost a lap or two there.
Yeah, and as Lemon now comes to the end of his lap, he just turned through the end of Sector 2, 104.7. I don't think really that's going to put him really up there at the moment. It might put him around maybe the 10th, 11th, 12th kind of area. It seems to be a little bit of a gap between like the top 8, and then there's a bit of a 4/10th gap then back to TJ and 9th, and all the rest behind are a bit sort of together.
Yep, Lemming comes over the line at 130.2, and that's well, that's quite frankly, it's not good enough. So
no.
Only P14 of effectively 14 runners at the moment will hopefully see some improvements from him. Big up. Well, I was going to say hello to the chat, but I've just seen that we've had a drink and a CoComs drink.
Oh, thank you, Yorkie. Appreciate that, mate.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Locker up the boys. Good old Locker.
Tiddlewink potentially getting a little bit cocky. He thinks he's asking us for our thoughts on him winning 2 in a row. Well,
I mean, he's up there at the moment. You know, I mean, we've seen obviously Fungus do 4 in a row. But you know, Tiddlywink, you got your first win last week, second at the moment in Q1. Still early days, but yeah, I think you have to do some proving on the track if you think you're going to do back to back. But I mean, it's not fully out of the question. I'll put it at 50-1 odds down the bookies. How about that?
I'll tell you what, I might take those odds at that.
Cruiser, evening lads, even to you, buddy. And Flynn in the chat, up the EG46 Squid, who currently sits in 10th. Might want to go out again for one more run at this rate.
Yeah, we've got a couple of drivers yet to settle up. Ashdown, Shadows coming in without setting a lap. He's missing his front wing. So he's got 4 minutes to put a time in. And Adrian also is, well, he's very much still in the garage. I don't even think he's come out.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, to be honest, I think 8th and above can probably retire. You know, the only guys that have really got to be worried, I think, is where I've already said you've got that 4/10 gap back to TJ. TJ has just gone out actually. He's on a lap now. But yeah, I think 8th and above are probably all going to be safe. Like I said, there's only one more person to go out. Could be 2 actually if Pines is faster, obviously, than one of the other guys, which is likely to be at a 28.4. But we'll have to wait and see about that. Adrian now comes out of the pits on his out lap.
Yeah, TJ was 2 temps up in the first sector, but he has since pulled out and he's going to go again. So let's have a look. Ooh, really squirrely. TJ spins and he bashes his rear wing against the wall. And for good luck,
I don't think that was him. He wouldn't do that.
No, yeah, no, it doesn't let you approach the pit lane from that angle, hence why it's reset him to track. So, Croskery retiring, thinks he's safe. We'll see about that. Well, TJ is... I mean, technically he's going to get a lap in. It won't be this lap. But he's going to have to plod his way round.
I mean, his fuel light isn't flashing yet, so hopefully he'll have enough fuel to go around again. Whether he got any damage off the barrier from that spin on the front wing that we can't really see, we'll obviously wait and find out with his time. Flynn in the chat says, what happened to Gary and David on Tier 1 comms? Goated combo, in my opinion. Well, it's not Tier 1, mate, but I take that with extreme offence. So cheers, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, the... mixing it up a little bit towards the start of this season. I'm sure I will be back with Gary at some point on a Thursday night. But there's certainly nothing wrong with hanging out with a monkey boy on a Friday evening.
Nothing wrong with that at all, mate. Nothing wrong with that.
So let's take a look. We've got Lemming on a lap now, looking to improve.
Yeah. Got a few more people coming through as well. Sargent comes through, goes faster with a 29.1, puts himself up into 8th place. A few more people now coming through onto their fast laps. I think Belente is now going to be the next one to come across that is maybe near that dropout zone. He's in 12th position currently at a 29.8, and I think he's currently 3 temps up through the second sector. We'll see what he does now.
Yeah, across the line, and yep, stays about 3 temps up, so he goes into P10 with a 29.4.
Here comes Adrian, 29.3, goes 10th, so he looks like he's in at the moment. So Shadow then, the only one now left to set a time, down in 17th, and does not look like a good time through this time. I can see here through Sector 2, a 1:10. You've got to be around a 1.4, a low 1.4, high 1.3 at least, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Lemon now also coming towards the end of his lap, and he's down as well, so they're going to have to go again. Shadow, I think, here is going to be out. He's only got 10 seconds to get across the line.
Yeah, it's going to be tight for certain. Lemming's going to get another go. Ashdown. 3, 2, 1, and the checker flag comes out. So Shadows is out in Q1 then. A late joiner, but yeah, really close to the end. couldn't quite get across the line in time. So Lemming is in Last Chance Saloon. I believe he's going to need to beat Squid's time with a 29.799 because this game is definitely full of quirks. TJ's retired.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. TJ's now retired, so Squid and Lemming go quicker. If they go quicker than a 29.6, TJ's going to be out here because he'll be slower than Pines' time. So
I feel like that's a bit harsh, considering Pines had a very fast time.
I know. Squid has actually invalidated though, so TJ is safe. It's all down to Lemming if he's going to be in or not then.
Yeah. So comes around the last corner. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Might be wrong. Oh, he's done it! He snatched it. 19 thousandths. 19 thousandths. He's beaten Squid by. Unfortunately, Squid goes out.
Yeah, it's kind of an awful rule, but yeah, that is how it happens. That's how the crumble cookies. And well, we've got our roster for Q2 then. Let's have a look at the list. Who goes out? So a couple of drivers didn't even get to put a lap in. We've got Stiffy and Bull Lake. Neither of them managing to set a time. And also losing out is Ashdown in the McLaren. Couldn't quite get over the line in time to set a representative lap, but he'll look forward to the race for sure. 16th place will be Squid in the Mercedes, and actually both Mercedes are out in Q1. A bit of an upset for the lads. But
yeah, I mean, for Mercedes, definitely after last night's performance from Ali and Brookie, they will not be like that qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, so they picked up a double podium, I believe.
It was second and third, yeah.
So, yeah, that's a big upset for those guys. Of course, the final person on the podium last night was who, Monkey Boy?
The race winner, FG Alpha.
Yeah, I bet everyone was expecting him to say Object Fungus after his first 4 wins.
Yeah, well, I mean, could have. Well, I'm not saying would have. It very well could have been 5. It went for a certain Haas driver.
Prick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Controversial, to say the least. Circumstances.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. In the chat, Tiddlewinks requested another main comms drink and co-comms drink.
Oh.
We've got. Oh, Flynn, no offence intended to Monkey Boy. I would never slander the Mexico Tier 1 winner from last season. Yep, everyone's got to remember that.
Yeah.
What a race that was.
I'm quite surprised it took you so long to mention that comment.
Shadow saying you're having a laugh. Apparently he dropped it at turn 6 with full traction. Shocking.
I mean, I know it's done. Easy done. That is why, at least when I was doing it, I put my tyre pressures all the way down. It's a bit of a pain for the race to try extra hard to warm your tyres, but it does effectively keep you safe through Sector 1 from spinning. So you first one out again in Q2, once again, is the AlphaTauri driver of Yorkie. Ashton's going for a shite. Sorry, I thought I'd point that out.
Have a nice one, Ashtown. Yeah, Yorkie out there again. First of all, probably just trying to get a good time on the board straight away. Interestingly, though, is Phenom's the only one that kind of leaves it really late to come out. Everyone else on their laps a bit before him. I'd be interesting to see as well what Ashley X 18622 can do. Obviously, we've already said it's his first race. He's through to Q2. Let's see if he can get through to Q3. It'd be a great achievement on his first FPR race, obviously, but we'll see what they can do now. I'm expecting Yorkie to be up there once again, like he was in Q1.
Yeah, and not only would it be an achievement for it being his first race, it's kind of a baptism of fire, starting off with Miami. It's definitely a tricky track. It's definitely torn the community. Half of the people seem to like it, and the other half seem to really, really hate it. I'm not a big fan myself, Monkey, but
no, me neither.
To be honest, I like it a bit more after the race on Wednesday. But
I was gonna say you had a good one for you were up in second at one point.
I should have finished second, but
well, yeah, it was Ferrari 1-2 for parts of the race, but no, you had a good one on Wednesday. 29.1 for Yorkie, not as fast as that time in Q1, but I want to improve on that because I'm not sure if we'll get through to Q2 with a time like that. Sorry, Q3.
Yeah, so next across the line is a Haas of Groovy Tunes, and he goes 4/10 quicker as the times come piling in as the drivers complete their first lap. There's an Aston Martin coming in the pits, that is Ashy, so obviously mistakes were made, but top of your timing boards then, last week's winner, that man Tiddlywink, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's Tiddlewink, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, I try. I don't care whether it's right. I just try to call him it consistently, and yeah, it's not working. Yeah. Cruiser in the chat. Wonder who got second. Well, I don't think it will be Cruiser because Cruiser absolutely murdered Scotsman. Scottish Civil War.
Yeah, I know they're supposed to support the same team. I know. I don't know if it's what Rangers. Cruiser? I don't know.
Cruiser's a Rangers guy.
Oh, he is he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's even more shocking then, taking out your fellow Rangers man.
Yeah. Oh, that's Tiddlewink going relatively wide, presumably to let people through, but right. So I think there's a few drivers coming in. We'll follow Phenom. Like you said, he was a little late to leave the pits. And, well, yeah, he's not had a great lap.
No, he's not. He's spun twice, so he's getting the ERS back. He's got 83%, which will obviously be enough to get him round for one more lap if he wants to go again. All depends on the fuel, obviously.
And to the pits he comes.
Oh, okay then. Not enough fuel then. Or a damaged wing.
Yeah, so the man on the track is CTX 7X. So let's follow him through Sector 2 now. He's not on a lap either. Brilliant. Well, apparently... Well, I don't know if Tiddlewink's on a lap or not, but he hasn't got any ERS, so perhaps he's just coming for a fast in lap.
Yeah, I think CTX might be on a lap. He come through the second sector with a 104, so it's not going to be... It's probably going to be around like Silverside Boy Adrian Sergeant, that kind of time. Yes, no, he is coming into the pits. Okay, I'll stand corrected.
Yeah. So Charlie now is the man on the track on a hot lap. So we'll follow him through. Coming through. I don't know corner numbers. I don't care to learn corner numbers, to be fair.
I think that's around about turn 11. I think turn 12, yeah, we've got it there. But, you know, like I've said, the time you want to be around to be near the front is about a 103 something. So 103.3, this could be up there with the top three at the moment. He just needs to get that last corner right, which you can easily outbrake yourself. And if you run a bit wide or even turn in a bit too quickly and ride the curb too much, you can lose about 2 or 3 tenths. So just got to get this last corner right, which he takes very well. And I'm expecting this to be within the top 4, top 3.
Yeah, across the line, Charlie comes now. Well, there you go.
It is, yep.
P4. It's 8 thousandths quicker than the Alpha Tauri of Yorkie, who did improve to a 29.1. Let's have a look.
Yeah. I have to say, actually, in this early stages of Q2, is that some of the times look like they've come down. I mean, it's obviously still a dry track. I don't know whether it's, you know, the track temperature's got cooler or something, but we've seen 28.2s, 28.3s from the top guys last session. Now the best we've got is a 28.5 and then second 28.7. So I'd be expecting here in this latter stages of this Q2 some quicker times to come in. I don't think anyone really is safe at the moment, to be honest.
No, as I say, the sky is definitely cloudy, but I don't suspect it would make that big an impact because it is still pretty sunny. You can see it on the surface of the track. What we caught the end of there, as you were pointing that out, Monkey, was Adrian going for a little spin in Sector 1, and he's currently sitting in P7th only with a 29.3. I'm sure he will want to go faster.
Yeah, Belente now coming down the back straight, 104 through second sector. It's not going to be brilliant, I don't think. I think it's probably going to put him just behind Sargent. So he's going to sit 9th, I think, after this. Maybe a little bit higher, but we'll soon find out. Oh, he's just gone ahead, gone 8th.
Yeah, 29.5 from last year's Tier 3 runner-up. Don't quote me on that.
I think so. I think. Well, I know that him and Magsy were about a point in it.
Yeah,
I think he was the runner-up. Yeah.
So he's struggled to get to grips with this game early on. He isn't able to show the pace that he was showing some points of last year's game. You might have just seen at the top of your screen Phenom going faster with a 28.2, and I think that was Adrian once again having another spin in Sector 1.
Oh, he can't get the hang of that Sector 1 Canadian yet. Phenom gone through 28.2. That's more of what we're used to seeing steadily in Q1 from him. TJ went through with a 28.7, put himself up into 4th, and now CTX comes through with a 29.0. It puts himself up into 6th. Everyone's set a time now. I'm expecting, obviously, better times from, obviously, the guys in 13th and 14th. But, like I say, I think anyone really from 5th downwards probably still isn't yet safe at the moment.
Yeah, Lemming comes across the line but stays P13. He's just 300ths off Sergeant Ranoff, and that is midfield maestro calling it a day from the pit lane. I don't know whether or not that's because it's ambitious.
Yeah, I think that's where I said the cut-off will be. So or likely to be. I think he's going to be most likely around 8th, anywhere between 8th to 11th here. So, yeah. I probably, if it was me, I probably would have gone for another run, maybe one lap. But if he thinks he's in, so we'll wait and see if we're correct. A lot of them might mess it up, and he stays around 5th, 6th.
Yeah, one man really in trouble now is Adrian. We just caught the back of him spinning into the whatever, coming onto the third DRS straight of the lap, and yeah, took off his front wing. So into the pits he comes. He is right on the edge now. He's in P10, and yeah, it's not looking great for the driver. He needs to hurry up if he wants to get out once again.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get a move on. Silverside boys in a 102.8 through the second set. This could be first, and it is. Just goes in front of Phenom 28.1. That's a great time from him, so he'll be safe. It does push midfield Maestro down to 7th, so he's getting closer now to that dropout zone. Lemon on a lap doesn't go quick enough. I think that's going to be Lemon out. His fuel light is flashing. Cross Kerry now starting his flying lap. He's got the potential to go into the top 5, definitely. So, yeah, for midfield Maestro, I think it's still biting your nails time, maybe.
Yeah, so there's just enough. Well, there's 1:17 left on the clock. That's Adrian's gonna be. He needs a pretty fast outlap, I think. Groovy Tune's going fastest. That's a 28.1. Good lap from the harsh driver. We'll stay with Croskery now, coming to the end of his lap. Now approaching the last corner. It's a 129.3 to beat. I think he's got it. Yeah, he'll go P7 then. Good lap, but will it see him safe? Well, I don't know yet. Meanwhile, Charlie, I should say, is coming through the last part of Sector 2 now. Looked pretty clean through there. And he's 78 thousandths up, going into Sector 3, 103.2. Needs a big improvement. Sorry.
So that's very interesting. He's done a 103.2 through Sector 2, which is only 4 tenths off Silverside Boy. He might be running higher wings, and he's losing time on that straight. It looks like it's a bit of an improvement. Yeah, a little bit of an improvement. I reckon he's running quite high wings, to be honest. And the guys that are probably wearing the very low wings are gaining all that time on that back straight. But he's just in at the moment. Midfield Maestro looks like he's just about going to get in.
Yeah, looks like Sargent had a bit of a spin towards the end of Sector 1. And you'll see on the right as his car just disappeared there for Charlie. Yeah, not ideal from Sargent. He's going to be out this session, and he is going to be starting from P13 on the grid.
Oh, Belente gets in just.
Yeah, just by 47 thousandths. That is definitely a close one. We'll keep an eye on Adrian now, who's coming through the last corner. It's a 103 flat. Coming through into Sector 3.
I think Valente's going out here. Adrian's just got to keep the last corner well and get the turn in right, and I think he has. This could potentially be top 5 from Adrian.
Yeah, across the line, and there you go. He goes into P4. This is third lap on those tyres. Good effort from Adrian there in the end, but unfortunately he has pushed Belente out. The Ferrari, well, there not being a Ferrari in the top 10 shootout is a bit of an upset. Certainly an upset to me.
Yeah, you have wanted that. Well, mind you, there's only obviously one of them on the grid, so they're already at a disadvantage. So yeah, Valente very unlucky to go out there 4,000ths. He's pipped by Ashi, so yeah, he'll be quite disappointed. But it's not even like he gets the strategic pole now either, because the rules have changed. So yeah.
Yeah, so into Q3 we go then. And I'm just setting up the pole for pole. Apart from I didn't take note of who was in the top 5, so I'm winging it a little bit.
Top 5 I think were Groovy Tunes, Silverside Boy, Adrian was 4th, Phenom and Yorkie, I believe. That was the top 5. I think so anyway.
Yeah.
Groovy Tunes, good luck from him. I thought he'd be... Well, I'm not going to lie, I didn't think he'd be that far up there. I know he's come down from tier 1. I didn't think he'd be that far up there, but you know, he's putting a good time in there in Q2, just in front of some of the other guys. Only 2 tenths between the top 4, so it's surely going to be a nice, interesting end to qualifying. David, if you were on the pole for pole, have you got a pick?
Well, I haven't picked any yet. I think I'm going to go for Phenom. He's definitely put in a couple of really fast laps. He's not quite been at the top, but I think it'll probably be between Phenom and Groovy Tunes. But we'll see what happens. What about you? Who's your pick?
Well, I've just gone and reacted to the poll. I've put Phenom as well. As it stands, you got 2 votes for Phenom, 2 votes for Yorkie, and 2 votes for Silverside Boy.
Well, one of those votes is him.
Yeah, most probably.
My secondary vote, of course, is going to go for Groovy. I might hear people complain that it's a secondary vote, but technically speaking, I'm logged into the FP Racing League account, so is what I've got to say to that. Big shout out to Silverside Boy for doing. I think you were there, Monkey. We were chatting earlier in the week, and he just come out with, well, I don't know. He's just yeah. That definitely gave us a giggle.
So Tiddlewink is actually the first driver this time around going out. His teammate Yorkie this time has left it to a lot later. He's actually going to be the last person to come out and do his first flying lap of this session.
Yeah, perhaps he got caught a little short at the start of Q3, but I tell you what. Oh, I know what's going on here.
Oh yeah,
He's taking his time.
I've seen it. I mean, I can't say anything. Me and TJ do this all the time in F2, so
he's not done a particularly good job. Although, no, yeah, maybe he has. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Didn't tow him down the entire straight, but of course Yorkie does have to get on to the next lap himself. He will be able to get a little bit of a tow. But yeah, a nice little bit of teamwork, as Tiddlewink does indeed go fastest. He is the first man across the line, so he would indeed. 28.1, very close to the 27s. Do we think we're going to get a driver in the 27s?
I think we potentially can. I think this man's capable of doing it. Is Silverside Boy. Oh, he just misses out as well, just behind Tiddlewink with another 28-1. TJ goes through with 29-0. Phenom 28-3. I do think we're probably going to see one of them just sneak in there. Maybe not on this run, but maybe towards maybe the end of the session, when it's crucial time. You might see a 27-8 or 9 or something. Groovy Tunes is coming across the line. 28-2.
Yeah, only P3 then at the moment for Groovy Tunes. And Phenom is a 10th off as well. A 10th off Groovy Tunes, I should say. So, well, there you go. Tiddlewink, the guy I didn't put in the pole for pole, he's looking good at the moment at the end of the first run. He's stuck around to give his teammate a lovely tow going into the last corner. He stayed in front, which can occasionally put off the guy behind into their braking zone, but Yorkie's navigated it pretty well. That's a 28.3 from Yorkie, and it's only P5 at the moment.
Midfield Mofler's come through now, also done a 20, a little bit so. I was going to say a 103.2 through the second sector. So I have to say, David, through first through to 7th, very tight on this first round of laps. So it's going to be a great end to the session, I feel.
Yeah, just half a tenth in it. Adrian's presumably only got one fresh set of tyres, so maybe he's only doing one run. TJ, meanwhile, is, I believe, on another one.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got enough ERS though. He's only got 30% now.
That's what I was thinking. Needs to be a little bit strategic about where he deploys, but I think he's probably going to run out by the end of this straight.
Yeah, and he'll get a bit in the slow section afterwards, but yeah,
only if he remembers to turn it off.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's at 5% now and at 6%. Yeah,
it will be affecting
all that time.
Yeah, definitely affecting his time. He needs a little bit of a squirt now, but now you turn it off and you pray. But I don't think he'll have enough for the long straight. He does navigate the sector very nicely, but with 13% to take him all the way down this back straight.
He's 2 temps up, but like you say, low on the PRS. He's going to really struggle now, 1%.
Crosscarry's right behind him, might have even been getting a little bit of a tow, but he's going to come into the pits. That's his TJ.
Yeah, another drink redeemed from Pines in the chat. We've got some. We've also got some very, very, very precise predictions here. Pines reckons Pole's going to be a 27.6, so someone's got to improve by half a second at least here. Shadow goes Pole will be a 27.971.
Well, 27.971. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take that bet. I will, honestly. I'm in a giving mood tonight, I think.
Yeah.
If Pole makes 27.6, make me admin. No.
I don't think so. I'll say what though, if that comes up from Shadow, he can pick my lottery numbers.
Yeah. Well. Oh dear. But looking back in the Discord, we see a couple of the Irish contingency complaining about this track. That is, of course, Crosscarry and Adrian. Adrian, I think we know, is not having a good time of it so far. I'll tell you what, Tiddlewink is near enough 5 temps up in the first sector.
Well, yeah, we might have to make Pines admin at this rate.
Not a chance. Yeah, if he looks like he touched the inside there. That looks like a good lap so far from Tiddlewink. I do sure hope he doesn't fuck it up towards the end. I shouldn't say that.
Attempts now.
I shouldn't say that. It's a bit harsh to try and curse someone on purpose on stream. It's not as if, like, usually on a Friday night, I'm sitting in a party with Crossgree and cursing people pretty accurately.
Well, here comes Tiddlewink then. He's coming around the last corner. It looks quicker, I have to say. Maybe it's going to be a 27.6, but it does break into the 27s. It's a 27.946, and that does mean that Shadows, you're not going to get your prediction, so you're not going to be admin, mate. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Them's the rules. We don't make them, we just enforce them. So, his teammate then, Yorkie, is now on a lap. I'm not sure if he gave him a tow through the last, through his last hot lap, but I think his teammate is pretty much in a position to do it for him now. Pine's now predicting that Gary will do a 27.8.
Okay, well, he's coming on to it. He's on his lap now as Groovy Tunes is just in front of Silverside, and they're both coming through Sector 1. Groovy Tunes coming through the end of Sector 1, and he is 63 thousandths down. Silverside Boy comes through. He's 10th down, so... Yeah, toes coming from the AlphaTauri boys again.
Yeah, not the most precise tow you'll ever see. I think he was a little bit far back. And yeah,
I'll tell you what though, oh, he's gone wide, York. He was 6/10 up through Sector 2. I don't think that's helped him. I think Tiddlewink maybe should just go out of the way. Is it going to still be pole? Oh, it is.
Oh, a 27.8 from Yorkie. What a lap. And yeah, after, who knows, it could have been the 27.6 from Yorkie had he not screwed up the last corner. But yeah, like I mentioned previously, if your teammate, well, if whoever's giving you a tow down the straight, if they don't move out the way, it can put you off in your braking zone. And it looks like that was the case. Oh, Gary's gone for... Well, he's backed out of his lap, and he's going to go one more time, I think.
Yeah, he's trying to get as much ERS back in that battery as he can, but he's going to have to go now. 60. He should just about have enough for the whole lap at that rate. Coming through now. Ashley's going to start his last lap.
I'm not convinced 60's enough, to be honest. I think it should be around 70. But, I mean, yeah, we'll definitely see. He'll be one of the last to come across the line. And Adrian once again goes for a spin, and he's just letting cars go. He will need to move, otherwise he will be disqualified. But
yeah,
he might be beached.
Realistically now then. Oh, has he beached it? He's not. Oh no, he's not. He's going. He's going again. Realistically now, everyone in the top 4 has got too low at ERS, or they're on slow laps. Silverside Boy is the first one that can potentially cause an upset, but like you say, David, he's down to about 12% on the actual. Oh, TJ's come in. He's not going to be setting a faster lap. Silverside Boy is a 10th down, and with that ERS down that back straight, he's not going to improve. Midfield Maestro is about to now come across the line. What can he produce? It's going to be a good time, but not quite at 28.2. Actually, he's 2 temps up as well, but I think the top 5 are going to stay how they are.
Yeah, not an improvement there from Silverside Boy, to a quarter of a second down, but not bad from him at all. He's P5 for the race, but it was a really good lap, really close towards the front, and the top 6 all within near enough 4 temps of each other. And I think that's all she wrote for qualifying.
Yep. I think that is it, done and dusted. And it has to be said, those toes from the AlphaTauri boys have done them good, and they sit both on the front row of the grid for today's race. So good work from those two.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd predict that before, but yeah, Yorkie doing a stellar job. In fact, both AlphaTauri guys, great teamwork, and yeah, it's seen them onto a front row lockout. So as we wait for Adrian to retire, or for his car to officially retire when he's back in the pits. Tiddlewink, on my second lap I didn't get a toe. The one I bumped on. What? What?
I think he's saying he didn't get a toe on his best lap that he did.
Oh, right, okay. See, why didn't he just say that?
You tell me.
Yeah. Well, never mind. Yeah. So there you have it then. That is the Q3 results then. And yep, as we mentioned, the AlphaTauri guys with a front row lockout. Phenom in P3, Groovy P4, Silverside P5, Maestro in 6th, Charlie in 7th, Crossgree, disappointing from him, down in 8th in the Williams. TJ, of course, podium sitter the last two races, is in P9, and Adrian, unable to set a time. He's starting from P10.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Adrian just couldn't get the hang of it, could he? Really? I mean, he did the good lap in Q2, but very slidey and spinning a lot in the race. If he does that, it's not going to be a good one for him.
Yeah.
But someone that will want to be having a good race is TJ, because for people that don't know, the championship leader Revenge Zilla is absent tonight, and TJ sits 4 points behind him on 53 points now. Stiffmeister just left. I'll get him in. Yeah, TJ, if he has a good race, he could potentially have the championship lead after today. So he'll definitely be wanting to have a good one. Hopefully Stiffmeister can get back in before we go, because I know there's no formation lap tonight. Hopefully no one presses ready up.
Kind of sucks. I'm going to go for a quick comfort break, so hopefully no one readies up, and I'll leave you with the very capable monkey.
Thank you, David. Yep, so we're just going to have a quick look on the race director, because I know there's no formation laps. We aren't going to see until we actually start what tyres everyone's starting on. So at the moment, obviously there's time for people to change their strategies. It looks like everyone's going for hard tyres here. Groovy Tunes has now decided to switch to the mediums along with Yorkie. We're getting a few more changes now. Lemon now looks like he's going for the soft start. But like I said, we can potentially see some more changes before we get started. Well, I'm going to run down the grid actually from bottom to top, because like I've said, we've got no more formation lap tonight to do that in. So starting at the back, P19 is Stiffmeister for Williams. Did crash out in Q1. So did Borley X6, who also starts on the back row in 18th tonight for Alfa Romeo. And we've got Shadow and Squid in the McLaren and Mercedes respectively. They're starting 17th and 16th. Pines crashing out in Q1, could have been up there I think for pole if he didn't crash out, but he starts 15th on the grid in the other Merc. Going a bit further up than into the Q2 boys. Lemon starts P14 for Red Bull. Deciding to start on the soft tyres as it stands. Sergeant Randolph in the Alpine tonight, filling in for Twins in 13th. CTX 7 starts P12 for Haas. Oh, and the ready up's going. So I'm going to run down quickly. It's P11 Belente, P10 Adrian, and 9th TJ, 8th Cross Kerry, 7th is Ashy X, 6th is Midfield Maestro, and your top 5 is Silverside Boy, Groovy Tunes is in 4th, and your top 3 are Phenom, Tiddlywink, and your pole man today is LWS Yorkie. We are going to be going in around 5 seconds time.
And he's back just in time. Oh dear.
I don't think Stiffmeister is going to be in control of his car, but the lights are coming on now.
Yeah, 5 lights. And away they go then. And yeah, looks like Yorkie's got away to a good start, as has Tiddlywink in P2. Oh, Yorkie nearly losing it straight away. Oh, Ball Lake's got a 5-second penalty already. I don't know what's going on towards the back.
Oh, Adrian's out. Adrian's out.
Oh,
Might
no.
be a safety car, and it is.
Yeah, full
one.
safety car. Oh, yeah, I'd completely lost track of what happened at the start there. What's happened?
Well, from what I could see, from what I could see, I don't know what's happening at the back here. Sergeant Randolph, Squid, and Pines all kind of being really slow. I don't know whether that's because they can't overtake for whatever reason, but yeah, Adrian's gone out and Borley smacked him just before his contact. Pines has lost his front wing or had a collision as well, and I think the other two have just been caught up in it, Rananoff and Squid. But yeah, a bit of a messy start.
I think Stiffy's AI is having some issue, or Stiffy's controller might be having issues. Oh no, I think he's back in it now. Thankfully, he didn't. No, I think
Yes.
Stiffy's having controller issues.
Oh. Okay.
That was the lowest speed crash I think I've ever seen. I think
this before with Stiffy.
Does he have a wheel issue? Possibly.
Well, I mean, I saw it last season in the fun race at Abu Dhabi, and he was warming his tyres up behind the safety car, and suddenly he just went straight into the barrier, and he said his wheel disconnected. So the only thing I can think of is that's what's happened there, which is really unlucky for him. But yeah, unfortunately, that's 2 guys out on the first lap, and a few people come into the pits. Midfield Maestro and Bawley both pit as well.
Yeah, Bawley with the front wing change, then he's onto the mediums, and he'll probably do your 1 stop from this point. So up at the front then. Actually, before I get further into that, I want to say thanks, Adrian, for the drinks. It did not. It didn't help you, unfortunately. But at least you can be in the chat drinking with us now.
Yeah, Stiffmeister's just put in the chat. I couldn't take control of the vehicle, the game wouldn't let me, and then the wall, fun times.
And then the wall happens. Yeah, unfortunate. This game is perfect and has no bugs, what can we say? So, just waiting on Bawley to catch up. I'm not too sure whether the safety car can come in this lap, but I think it might be close. No, okay, yeah, it's not coming in this lap, which is probably good for him. Right, so I think we'll go down the grid and have a nice little winners and losers off the start then. So jumping out to me, big loser is Maestro. He is down 9 places, but I believe that's because he pitted.
Yeah, that's right.
So can't read too much into that. He's on the fresh hards, and I'm sure that will come into play later on. I'm sure he'll be onto the mediums once again towards the end of this race. So a couple of people jumping out. Ashdown has had a pretty good start. He has managed to go up 5 places, which, yeah, pretty handy. Although there was a little bit of carnage around him, so I guess it's more about staying out of the way of everyone else. Also, going up 6 places is Lemming. He's up into P8. It's a good start from him. And CTX in the Haas up 5 places as well. So the front 2, as you were, P1 for Yorkie and P2 for Tiddle. Groovy Tunes is Groovy Tunes, Silver, Ashy, all overtaking Phenom at the start of this race. Then, as we come towards Sector 3, where I'm sure the safety car will announce it's going to fuck in.
Yeah, I would have thought so, and I think out of everyone there, the Lemon's gone up 6, but he's on the soft tyre. I think CTX has got the best start, going up 5 positions on the hard tyres as well. He'll definitely be loving that start. Phenom just seemed like he got bogged down off a line. But it's like you say, David, there's still the 2 Alpha Tauris of Yorkie and Tiddlewink in the prime positions, and the safety car is not coming in.
I tell you what, this makes me worry. Because this game is so perfect and there are no bugs, this definitely makes me worry.
Yeah, that is a bit odd, because Boy was right at the back of the queue. There wasn't a gap between him and Pines. It's a bit odd why it's gone round again.
Yep. We'll just pretend it didn't happen and just assume that it would have come in this lap, because I'm sure there is no alternative to that. As the very, very enthusiastic Marshall you see there before turn 3 waving his yellows. Yes, we know it is a safety car. Nigel redeeming a drink. I'll tell you what, I've forgotten to do it, so let's just do it quickly. Let's just go to intermission screen. There you go, there's my lovely face and the sod off Piggle. So here's to you, Piggle, for your drink. Thank you very much. That safety car's going some, you know.
It does down these back straights, you know, it gets really up to a speed. I mean, the guys are going about 150 out in front, so yeah, it picks up quite a bit of speed when it wants to around the back straight. It's surely got to come in now, though.
Like I said, there is no alternative to the safety car coming in this lap, and I'm sure we're just about to see it in about 10 seconds. Around now, I think. Yep, safety car. Definitely not in this lap.
No, what's happening here? Oh, it is, thank God.
Thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Right. Now, Yorkie will obviously want to back the pack up, but he's going to have his teammate potential over him. He won't really want to try and make his teammate have a bad run either. So it's going to be interesting to see when he goes. And he's gone. He's gone now.
He has gone. So the split strategy between the two, and noticeably Tiddlewink not overly eagerly warming his tyres, and I'll tell you what that might cost him. As you could see, the understeer for him into turn 1. So Groovy Tunes is right on him, and Silverside Boy is right on them, and Yorkie's gone round.
It. Oh, not full dropped it, but he's half lost it.
Yeah. And he is down into P4 then. Silverside Boy is the last to get in front. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Yorkie managing to gather himself, which I suppose is the most important thing, and he needs to get his head down and go for it. Meanwhile, we'll look at the fight for the lead then between Groovy Tunes and Tiddlewink. Oh, it's a very ambitious move from Groovy Tunes, and it doesn't come off. Almost thankfully, Silverside Boy had a little look up the inside, and Groovy's done a spin. I'm not sure if there was contact with Silverside Boy there or not. I hope not, of course, but yeah, Groovy's dropped all the way down to P15 then. Silverside Boy up into P2, Yorkie into P3, and past he goes in a straight line. No comment, yeah. Mr. Yorkie.
Well, good. Yeah, you could see that the advantage he's got there. But I'm very surprised that Yorkie's staying out here. He's got an end plate misses on the front right of his wing. So sure that's going to give him downforce issues, especially through this first sector. But, you know, if he's getting past Silverside Boy at pace like that, it might not matter too much on the straights.
Yeah, of course, it's very hard to pass in Sector 1 here. Sorry for cutting you off there, Monkey. Very hard to pass in this first sector. But you can tell that Silver has the superior turn-in. And Yorkie, they're now side by side going on to this second DRS zone of the lap. But you can see it there. Yorkie just has the straight line speed advantage.
Yeah, Yorkie clearly using the lower wings than Silverside Boy, and that's going to hold him in good stead, especially around sectors 2 and 3 where you've got the two long straights. Tiddlewink now really can just go away with this, and a bit like in Imola, if he just keeps his head down and doesn't do any mistakes, he's looking in prime position. He's on the hard tyres as well, so he will be obviously onto the softer compound come the end of the race, if obviously things start like this and there's no more safety cars which might affect people's strategies. Groovy Tunes has also got to get his head down and try and fight back, up from 14th now. Like I say, David, I'm surprised Yorkie's staying out. Oh, he has decided to come in now. Yeah,
lost just that bit too much time that lap to his teammate. So that does unleash Silverside Boy. So now we've got Crossbury getting past CTX, and now he's on the back of Lemming, but they both have a little bit of clumsiness in turn 1, and that has allowed CTX to catch up back to the back of Crossbury. And let's have a look from CTX's view. He's going around the outside of Crossbury. Oh, it's tough fighting, and Crossbury gets the better traction on the exit, and he will now be looking at Lemming, and he breezes past of DRS. Not much Lemming can do about that. Oh, he does send it up the inside. That was cheeky.
Oh, they've come together, CTX, and there's it's like a Constantina effect behind everyone's.
It's a car park into turn 11. Maybe turn 11, don't know. But yeah, I think Lemming missing an end plate, and I think there's definitely some other damage in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, TJ's missing his full front wing, and Pine's just about to overtake him. I've cursed him in that tweet earlier.
Yeah, and they break, and yeah, Bally sending it up the inside of TJ. I don't think he was expecting that, but TJ, yep, slows it down nice and early to avoid the 5-second penalty. He comes into the pits then. So the last lap, I believe Silverside Boy caught 4 temps on Tiddlywink.
I don't like to see that from Lemming, I'm not going to lie.
He's retired already in the pits.
Yeah.
Well, more loss for him. There's still plenty of race to go, and of course high chance for safety car around here. TJ's come out. It looks like nope, that yellow's was for Lemming's car in the pit lane.
Yeah, Bally in 12th just had a spin. I can see why Lemming's annoyed, but at the same time, because Shadow did really just. Sorry, Shadow's just the one that I'm on board with now. It's just spun. CTX did really send it up the inside where there wasn't really a spot to overtake, but would have liked to see him maybe hold it another bit. Phenom and Silverside Boy at the end of the back straight having a fight.
Yeah, looks like Phenom had a good run, but Gary defends well. All CTX is around. He's gone straight on at the last corner, I think. Yeah, he's not sure what's happened there. He's not coming in, so yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage. Belente getting passed by Groovy Tunes into turn 1 then. Let's jump back with Phenom, who's managed to get past Silverside Boy through Sector 1. And
yeah, I mean, Silverside Boy really needs to. The thing is, I don't know if he's got the wings down here. They're going about the same speed, Phenom and Silverside Boy. Silverside Boy's got the DRS here, so it clearly looks like Phenom's got the lower wings, which is going to hold him in good stead around these last 2 sectors of the lap.
Yeah, and if you're Silverside Boy, I think at this point you let Phenom stay ahead. Not that he'll have much of a choice, but just use the DRS to pull you along, save your ERS, which is precisely what he's not doing right now. He's stuck on 6%, Phenom on 32. So Gary still right behind, but importantly that gap to Tiddlywink at the front is getting smaller. So we see a little bit of a fight between Belente and Groovy Tunes. Belente comes into the pits then on lap 10. A little bit of an early stop for the Ferrari man.
Stop. I think he was just fighting with Groovy Tunes. Maybe he thought he was going to lose a bit too much time fighting. I don't think there's any damage. No, there's no damage. He's come straight out again. So yeah, maybe just wanted to get out of that fight and stop losing the time that he was losing through fighting. The gap between Tiddlywink and Phenom, surprisingly, that's TJ puts the fast lap in with 31.4.
Up the TJ.
Yeah, Tiddlywink and Phenom slightly come down now. It was at 2.2 at the start of the lap. It's now 1.8. So Phenom is starting to slowly reel in Tiddlywink, and I think that's one reason for that is because of the battery.
Oh, TJ, no! Oh no, he's dropped it in Sector 1. I was just about to comment how good he looks on the traction. And yeah, his tyres just let go through turn 3 there. And the
we've got a safety car.
Safety car is out once again. Oh dear.
Oh, this is a difficult one now. Tiddlywink's coming in. The medium's going to hold out that long. That's the question.
Don't think they will. I think Gary's got the right idea here by staying out, but yeah, the mediums are going to really suffer. Although Tiddlywink has a front wing change.
That is interesting. So Phenom will come out in front of him, I'm assuming. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that is definitely an interesting one then. So, a bold choice from quite a few drivers, from the hard runners, all going on to the mediums, as all data suggests that actually they won't go to the end from here. They will not do 18 laps unless you're a very, very good boy on your tyres. I know we did have some drivers do 18 laps. I know yesterday we had Object doing 18 laps. But he is something else.
He is. He's definitely in that Ferrari in Tier 1. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I tell you, the guy looks in good stead now. He's in a net P4 as it stands, is Groovy Tunes. He comes out on the fresh hards. Now, he's not going to have the advantage in, say, the first 5 or 6 laps, but come towards the end, those tyres are going to be a lot more better than the mediums. That's obviously if we have no more safety cars to mix up the strategies again. From what happened to him in the early stages, getting spinning around, he could be back in the race potentially, but I don't know. I think the top three have got to be hoping for another safety car at this rate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Although, personally, I'd rather be in one of these top three positions than 4th, 5th, or 6th. Of course, both drivers have to pit again. Well, both sets of drivers need to pit again. Yep. And well, what do you do if you're on the mediums now? Do you try and stick it to the end? I think they'll be very, very worn towards. When we saw yesterday, I did mention that Object did 18 laps on them, but you could tell he was really struggling towards the end of his stint. Yeah, I think it's nothing else but pray for a late safety car and pit onto the softs, because I mean, if they've committed to these mediums for at least the next 10 laps, and after that, well, what do you do? I don't know. Yeah. Definitely. I really hope we don't get too many more. I am very low on Bevy. I think the thing is, if I have to refill, I've got to go downstairs. I've actually got to pour it rather than just grab a bottle. Ugh. Well now. So, Silverside boy. Ooh. Oh, Squid's had a spin. Not by the hair of his spinny spin. Yeah, and I think he's might have got away without damage, which is good, but got to be careful. He's going pretty fast. Well, side pod damage sucks, says Fishsticks. It definitely does. Yeah. 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 The worst thing is about damage like that, which is a reason why I'm an advocate for not having it on in League Racing, is because when you get side pod damage, when you get diffuser damage, when you get rear wing damage, it is very rarely ever your fault. It's almost always when someone hits you. And yeah, the safety car will be in this lap, and that's why I'm a big opponent of the standard damage rating, as they call it. So, Silverside boy on the restart, then Croskery just behind him in P2 and midfield in P3. Now these hard tyres have done 11, 12 laps, and it's a yeah. Good stuff from Gary. Oh, he looks like he nearly spun it out of that last corner. That might have just been what it looked like from my POV, but it definitely looked like he got a snap of oversteer. Croskery then. Didn't quite have enough to look into turn one, and he goes a little bit wide, and that's dropped him a little. And thank God for ghosting. Otherwise, that would have, well, that probably would have been absolutely every car behind him crashing out. Oh, so unlucky there for midfield. So that means then that's one less car as a buffer between these from Tiddlewink and the lead of the race then. No game on. Oh shit! My my capture card's gone. So they can't hear you, monkey. I really wish I'd have noticed that in the safety car. We'll be back very briefly, ladies and gents. Oh shit, that's turned my screen off. Fuck. Come on. Capture card's frozen. Right, be back in a sec, ladies and gents. I'm just going to have to restart the stream quickly.